If your husband or your partner or the person that you're living with or somebody else in your life is challenging you, either because you feel judged by them or because you don't feel that they're doing the work, however it's working for you, you will know you apply it. Remember that however they're responding, whatever they're doing, even if it's frustrating the heck out of you, is the instinctual natural response. This is just you're learning that, and hopefully you'll learn by the end of today or by the end of this week, that it's just our instinctual or instinctive natural responses to the crisis that we're all in, and we're able to change that. Okay, and also understand that incrementally all of us are starting to learn and understand about our responses. Even those people that don't watch Key Wisdom Tarot or any tarot channels, it's happening for all of us. Hey everybody, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth, I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader, and this, my darlings, is our daily pulse for Monday the 6th of April. Now, we always usually start with looking at our soul message or the lesson for today, what the lesson is for today. But actually what I want to do before we look at those and before we look at the base of the reading, I want to look at this message here. Now, I've not seen this card. I've seen this card and the base card, but I've not seen this one yet. And I asked, what is the most important message? What do we need to hear as we begin this week, as we start this week, this second week in April? And this is the message, and it is, oh, I'm so happy to see this card. It's so nice to see it. This is the 3 of Wands. So I spoke in yesterday's reading, on the 5th, I spoke about the number 3. And number 3 was the important message. It was a number of, as I said yesterday, about cooperation, really. It was a 3 of Pentacles. This is a slightly different, obviously, message because it's a different energy. So it's wand energy. Wand energy is related to your life force, your chi, your key. It's the thing that moves us and motivates us. It's when you feel excited, if you've ever felt anticipation, that's the physical feeling and the physical experience of wand energy. So this is wand energy, interestingly, is linked to this second chakra here. It's linked to your creativity center, your sacral chakra, and that's all about really the sense of who you are, what it is you're feeling, what it is. And that's what I'm talking about, that spark of inspiration, that spark to move, for example. So that's what this energy is related to. And again, it's related to your power center as well. It's related to what you can do, how you can manifest. The key message that we see with this card is this is about opportunities coming towards us. It's about things moving towards us that are opportunities, but the things that we have worked hard to get to. So we've worked hard, we've been working hard, energetically, really, on an individual personal level. We've been working hard to try to see new horizons, to try to feel different way, to try to wake up and feel different. We've been trying to again, we know what's going on right now. We've been trying to manage that and navigate that. And this is really, we call this card for shorthand, don't we? Our ships coming in, after the strain and the effort that it has taken to get to today, to get to the 6th of April. Now, on a personal individual level, we're starting to see a greater ability to expand and a greater ability to embrace opportunities that can come towards us. And it's about the opportunity to feel differently, the opportunity to move differently. And that's something that you've created for yourself. Now, the card on the base of the reading and the soul, and you're gonna shout at me now, but listen, right, I cannot do anything about the energies, right? So this is the card at the base of the reading. So we've got wand energy again, and we know it's the 7 of Wands. We can see that here, and we've got the 7 of Swords again. So just the card at the base of the reading is really just the overall sort of perspective or prism that we need to see this day through, that we need to see today through. And for us today, it's the 7 of Wands. And this energy, 7 is the number of mystery. It's a number of asking questions. It's a number of trying to understand, trying to work out what we think, or in this instance, how we're feeling. And in this instance, this is what we're talking about. It's like you have this, you are getting to the point where where you understand, where you feel differently, where you're responding to how you're feeling. You've got to think, or I think of the wand energy as our instincts, as our natural instinct. So when we react to things and respond to things naturally and instinctually. So if this is really hot and I got to touch it, then my instinct is to pull my hand away. That's an instinct, and it's that part of you that is changing. And in this instance, it's that part of you, that instinct, that is holding on to the only kind of security, or the only thing that's making you feel okay or stable right now. So this is what you're doing. So that for some of you might be, for example, panic buying. I think we're all for panic buying. You know, that was the only thing for some people. Panic buying, for example, was the only thing that was helping them to. They were doing this. It was 7 of Wands energy when they were panic buying. It was a way for them, for you, for us to hold on to something that we could, that made sense to us, that kept us connected to ourselves, that kept us connected to what we're feeling. I'm feeling this, so I'm doing this. We just hold on to what we know, and we don't consciously go into the questioning of that. You just think you're buying food to support your family. You're buying food because everyone else is buying food. Whatever the reason was in the past, it's happened now. It's that type of experience, and it's quite a strange reading, this one, because it's all about the shift that is happening here. If you're with me, if you're following, if you're flowing, if you're mindful of what you're experiencing over the last few days, over the last few weeks, you're noticing those shifts occur. And it's a shift in those instinctual responses. This is about holding on to instinctual responses, let's say, that make sense to you. And right now, that's fine. Because we also have the 7 of Swords. Now, I talked about this. What did I say to you? I said, right now, this is you. And I said, right now, this is me. This is everyone right now. This is our soul message. So the soul message is, you know, at this point, so we're a few days into these daily pulse readings now. So we're a few days into, you know, engaging further and further with the impact of what I'm experiencing right now, how it's affecting my mind, my thoughts, sword energy, thoughts, mind, clarity, consciousness, communication. How is what's going on affecting my mind? How is my mind responding to it? And I said a few days ago when we had this card, I said, you know, this is an amazing thing that our brains have the capacity to do this. Our brains can say, do you know what? Everything's fine. Everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be okay. Even though we know that that's something that's about to change. And I think that at this point now, that's where we're at. It's not to say that this normalcy bias, it's not to say that this way of thinking that everything's going to be okay, trying to be positive, it's not to say that is something that is negative, or that's something that's wrong or bad. It's to say that now, as we're moving forward, as we're moving toward, remember, this is the most important card for you today, for us all today. There's opportunities for feeling different, for establishing new instinctual responses. There's opportunities for that this week, from this week. So that's why the soul message is, it's this now that's going to be changing for us. It's this way of pretending to ourselves that we're all right, or pretending that however you've been managing it, yeah. But this is, as I said, this is like the normalcy bias. I'm going to start calling this card everything's as it was. Everything's as it was. So I'm not even looking at what needs to change in my mind. I don't need to. And as I said, valuable energy, yeah. But we're now getting to that point, and you're feeling it. I'm hoping if you're following these readings every day, you're feeling that shift, and you would be feeling it like I'm feeling it, okay? The shift and the change. So now, okay, so we've looked at this. We've looked at the soul message. So let's have a look at what's motivating us, what's challenging us, and where we can find love today. So these are the 3 energies that we've got. Wow. And it's all Pentacles energies. What I'm loving is seeing these Pentacles. And the reason I'm loving seeing the Pentacles energies is because what they give to us is stability, and they give to us real results. It's real energy and real effort that we're putting in, and it's real results that we're getting out. And that's why, yes, on Sunday and today on Monday, when I get excited when I'm seeing Pentacles energies, because it's showing that even what we're doing, even me sitting here doing a 10-minute reading and you listening to that 10-minute reading, even if you're like, oh, what's this? Doesn't have anything to do with me, blah, blah, blah. What you're doing, just by listening to it, just by engaging with it, you're engaging with your own instinctual responses. What that means is they're becoming more clearer for you to hear, to listen to respond to. And as I said, this week, what we see, as we enter this week, what we see, or this new week, it's weird now that, anyway, as we enter this week, what we see is that there's an opportunity to relearn some of our instinctual responses. So what's happening is that just by engaging, even in this small way, by watching your daily pulse every day, or by me sitting here, it's 10 minutes. I usually read a lot more hours than that a week, as you know, guys. But this is just all I'm doing right now. But even just this little bit of engagement, what it's doing is it's helping us to learn and feel and become more aware of how we are instinctually responding to what's happening. And also we see there's an opportunity for new instinctual responses, for new energetic feelings, for new energetic responses that we can have to the experiences that we now face. So let's look at what's motivating us today. So as I said, the Pentacles energy, I'm happy to see them, because the Pentacles energy means real results. It means real effort that you're putting in, and it means real results that you're getting out, that you're seeing. So what's motivating us today is this energy of the Two of Pentacles, okay? Now, Pentacles energy, all the Pentacles energy are linked to the earth signs. I'm an earth sign, I'm Capricorn, so it's linked to Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Pentacles energy is all about, as I always say, where we put our energy and effort in order to manifest security, in order to build security, whether that's financially, whether that's in our home life, in our relationship life, whatever, yeah, in our relationships. So in this instance, what's motivating you is the amount of work that you're doing. It's very interesting, isn't it, how you can look at this card and say you're juggling. There's a lot that you're trying to do. There's a lot that you're trying to accomplish. There's a lot that you're trying to... I'm just laughing now because I've just realised the message of these two cards. This is why I usually... Do you know what? This is why I usually do that, so I don't get distracted. Because this is why. There's a reason, people. Anyway, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Okay, sorry. So I totally lost my train of thought. Let's just talk about the cards. So twos are about partnerships. They're about duality. They're about committing to things. Things being balanced on both sides. So in this instance, there could be a lot of that. We know that you're working from home, and you also got to look after yourself. You've also got to look after your children. You've also got to look after, or whatever it is for you. You've got to keep a job, and you've got to keep your sanity. Do you know what I'm saying? You've got to do all those things. So this is what's motivating us. What's motivating us all at the moment is about being able to navigate this in a way that helps us to sustain everything, to keep everything up. But it's interesting that the challenge seems to be the husband card. So we've got the challenge. So look, I only just kind of realize it right now. If we just look at these three cards first of all, just as a general sort of thing, right? So for those people in relationships right now, and I will talk about them, the individual messages, challenge and love, and motivation. But when we look at these energies just as a three, what we're looking at is, it looks like the challenge for some of us this week, today, is that relationship, is that partnership, is the person that we live with, is our divine masculine or divine feminine, the person that we are, our counterpart, our romantic counterpart. That's seemingly what is challenging some of you this week. And obviously listen, yeah, there's only me and Tiny here, so I'm all right, yeah. But I know for some people, you're in couples, you're married, whatever, you know, you're all together, and that's challenging. But the beauty of your situation, the beauty of, even if your kids are doing your head in, your husband's doing your head in, your wife's doing your head in, whatever's going on, yeah, even if all that thing's going on, remember, you are not the only person going through that. And what that means is there's energy. There's all this energy out there in the ether, which I definitely pick up on, by the way. There's all this energy out there in the ether that you can draw on to give you strength, to give you inspiration. Be like, yeah, do you know what? I'm not the only... Just remind yourself of that. It's not just me. It's not just us. There's nothing wrong necessarily with my relationship. There's nothing necessarily wrong with me. It's just, this is the time that we're in. And of course, I'm stressing because I've got to do the books at work, and I've got to look after a kid, and, he's not pulling his weight or whatever. I'll just know that is... First point, that just know that is something that everyone in couples is going through right now, okay? Secondly, one of the the spaces that gives us, that provides us with the most karmic experiences is our families. So the relationships we have with our families, the relationships I say family is not just the person, you know, your mum and your dad and your brother and your sister, but families as in, you know, the family that you created yourself with your partner, and your children, if you've got children, you know, that family unit that you have created with your significant other. There's a huge amount of capacity for learning, for growth, for karmic experiences, and that's how you've kind of got to view what's happening. Yes, this is a on a massive scale, on a macro level. This is everyone in the world. Everyone's going through it, and we've got this huge sort of energy, this wall of energy that we're all trying to wade through and understand and navigate and engage with. But on a micro level, just on a personal or interpersonal level, just so you and or the people in your house, this is a new world that you guys are all navigating. So you know, we try not to criticize the people in charge making the decisions, because we know that this is a crazy time, and who knows how it's going to be, and who knows what my energetic instinctual responses are to this type of crisis. So I don't bloody know, you know what I mean? So if we can sort of extend that type of understanding and compassion to the people in charge making the decisions for us all right now, we have to learn to extend that same compassion not only to ourselves but also to the people that we live with and the people that we share our lives with. Yeah, they might be panic buying, or she might be angry all the time, or he might be in his room on his bloody mobile phone and not engaging with you. That might be the case, but remember, these are our instinctual, natural responses that we're having to a time that has thrown literally every single person on the planet, well, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people, most of us, majority of us, up in the air. It's literally everything's all up in the air. So it's hard for us all to find stability. So the challenge seems to be the King of Pentacles, which, as I said, is the husband card. Usually the ideal husband, I will add, because the ideal husband, because we put the effort, he puts the energy and effort in to manifest security in that relationship, in that family, works hard, does what's necessary. This is what's challenging you today. So it could be you can look at that in two ways. It could be that, you know, you feel judged by them. You know, you feel like, he or she's fine. They're fine. You know, they're all right getting up at 8 o'clock, looking after kids, looking after this, but I can't do it, and therefore they're judging me. That's what's going on in your head. Yeah, you have those little conversations with yourself in your head. You know, just notice that you're having those conversations with yourself and that it's not actually true, and that's just something that's going on in your head. And also, so it could be that, you know, or it could be the other way around, that, you know, you're the person like doing all the things, doing all the work, and the partner or the person that you're living with is not doing anything. And you might be like, why is this person not doing anything? Like, I'm doing everything, they're not doing nothing. Like, this is ridiculous. The challenge. What you need to remember and realize is that what's going on, so whatever it is they are doing, whatever it is you're doing, these are just our natural, instinctual or instinctive responses that consciously we're still learning to connect those dots. So some people would have gone out, I use panic buying just because, as I said, we all know what it is, we all understand it. So some people would have gone out and bought a load of food and a load of toilet paper, whatever it is. They've gone out and they bought all that, and they were in 7 of 1 mode. They were just going for it, like, this is what the lockdown's going to come, let me react, let me do what I'm doing. That's the right thing to do. I ain't judging anyone for that. And I said that right at the start. And it was annoying me when people were saying, these people are selfish. These people are not selfish. They haven't got the capacity. None of us have got the capacity right now to be thinking about everyone else. You know, let's not pretend like we're all so measured and calm, because that's not how human psychology responds and reacts to trauma. And it's not, I don't have to be a psychologist to tell you that. I can be a tarot reader to tell you that. So that's what we did. That's what we were doing. Now, we didn't question it then. Now we're starting to connect the instinctual responses, the things that we're doing, our instinctive actions. We're starting to connect those consciously. We're starting to understand, oh my gosh, the reason that I've been staying up until 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, when pretending to fall asleep on the sofa was just to avoid me. I thought I was doing that because I was really tired. Actually, what you're realizing, what you're learning, the connection between it's coming through consciously, that you're staying up till 4 or 3 o'clock in the morning is because of the anxiety that you're feeling. And this is your body's way of displaying that anxiety or displaying that. So this is what we're learning now. We're starting to connect those two dots. And you see how slowly it is. You see how it's one day, one step. And I told you guys would be like, you were like on Thursday, man, you're like, right, I'm ready to get over this, Ruth. I'm ready on Thursday. And I said to you on Thursday, guys, man, we just gotta wait, man. We just gotta be temperate. It's okay. We just gotta take our time. One day. It's just for today. We're not worrying. It's just for today that we have to not be angry. Just for today. So these are, every single day is a step. And this is what we're finding now. So if your husband or your partner or the person that you're living with or somebody else in your life is challenging you, either because you feel judged by them or because you don't feel that they're doing the work, however it's working for you, you will know, you apply it. Remember that however they're responding, whatever they're doing, even if it's frustrating the heck out of you, is the instinctual, natural response. But also understand that incrementally, all of us are starting to learn and understand about our responses. Even those people that don't watch Keepers and Tarot or any tarot channels, it's happening for all of us. It's a unique time, remember. Light workers, and we'll give you a shout out, light workers. I might start doing readings for light workers because right now is a very intense time for us all here. Okay, final card is the love. It's hilarious. Where can we find, or how can we find love today? How can we feel love today? And what's this card? This is the single card. But no, what this is it's never like us, like divine feminine, divine masculine, they're at odds today. And that might be, but it's because you're not seeing and thinking each other, you're not seeing each other clearly, you're not thinking of each other clearly. You've decided that he doesn't do anything because he's lazy, or she doesn't do anything because she's lazy. But that's not right. You've decided, or he's decided, that you think that he's a waste of space because you're always getting up early with kid and you're not. That's not true. What's happening, whatever you think and whatever they think, that's just what you think. Doesn't mean it's real. This is just you're learning that, and hopefully you'll learn by the end of today or by the end of this week, that it's just our instinctual or instinctive natural responses to the crisis that we're all in. And we're able to change that. Okay, so the where can we find love, where can we feel love, how can we feel love today? This is about appreciation. This is about looking at the things that you've done, the things that you've built, the things that your partner has done or built, the things that you have. We've got this food, we've got this house, we've got these kids, whatever. This is about appreciating. This is about appreciating what you've built, what you have, what's available to you, appreciating those things, smelling the roses almost. Number 9 is linked to the Hermit energy. So Earth energy is long-standing stuff, really. And so this is, again, you taking stock of the things that, the fastidious nature of Virgo is that they're very detail orientated, which I love about Virgo. Clear thinking, really. Very good bosses, actually. Very good organising people. Anyway, I digress. I'm talking about Virgos. But that's the similar sort of energy, that type of level of detail and focus, but on the things that you've been able to manifest because of the hard work and effort and energy and ingenuity that you have put in place. That's where you can find love today. You can find love by appreciating the things that you've already got, appreciating the life that you've already built. Okay, this is a process that's hard. It's like therapy, and we're all going through it at the same time. We're all going through the trauma at the same time. And so, this is a day, really, to remind yourself of that. No matter how challenging, your husband's being, no matter how no matter how challenging your husband is being, or no matter how challenged you are, there's opportunity. There's opportunity this week and today especially, there's opportunity to really, really, really engage with the new, engage with what I'm feeling, oh my God, I realized that that's how I've been responding. That was me panic buying. Oh my God, I realized that I was doing it because I was anxious. And 2, means that we're starting to feel in a new way. We're starting to react and respond to what's going on in a new way from this week. That is what's going on for you this week. That's what's going on for you today. This was, as I said, this was the message. What did I write down? You can say, what do we need to hear? That was the message that I wrote down. Is the one message we need to hear? Well, the one message that you need to hear is that you will start to feel differently. You'll start to respond differently going forward. There's an opportunity for that that's opening up for us here with the Three of Wands. Okay, my darlings, I hope you like the reading. I will see you all again tomorrow. Like, be nice to each other, be nice to yourself as well. Okay, I've got a pub quiz now, so obviously it's on Zoom or something, so I'm going to do the pub quiz, but I will see you all again tomorrow with your brand new daily pulse. All right, my darlings, take care, stay safe, look after yourself. Bye.